Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Carlos again with Let's Talk. So, as you guys know, that we got like a little small series going on with all the fights that have been going on in boxing. It's pretty much fight season. So, regretfully, Virgil Ortiz did not fight this evening. Apparently, he got sick earlier in the week, which I was thoroughly disappointed. I'm a huge fan of the young man. He, in my opinion, between him and Ryan Garcia, that is, they're the future of the sport. There's a lot of other guys that are coming up, but to me, those are the most electric, biggest personalities, best fighters out there presently. Hopefully, somebody comes up and really challenges them because right now it's looking like those two guys are gonna own the ring for years to come. So, but he didn't fight. So his opponent, a guy named Mickelson from England, ended up getting dropped down to from the main card to the fight prior to the main card. We'll get that to a minute. So tonight we had a total of about 4 fights that were televised. First fight was an MMA convert, guy named Monera versus Sanchez, who was an actual boxer. I believe his name was Evan Sanchez. Monera is a convert from MMA. Nothing against them. They're incredible fighters. They're very good at what they do, but they don't box. So Monera really didn't do much through kind of big looping punches that, I mean, pretty much any boxer with decent amount of training would be able to see it and counter it, in which it happened. Sanchez didn't impress me at all, though. He went 6 rounds with dude, and he couldn't drop the man. He really landed maybe 5 shots that were real good, clean, crisp body shots or headshots, but nothing too impressive. My opinion, Sanchez needs to continue to fight lower tier fighters before he even gets televised again, because frankly, I didn't think he was doing nothing. So that was about 30 minutes of then we had this guy named Beck the Bully. He's from Uzbekistan. I don't know how to pronounce his full name. He's Uzbek, so naturally his name is extremely difficult for me to pronounce. So rather than destroy his name, I just go with his ring name, which is Beck the Bully. He fought a guy named Zagara from Peru. Any of you guys that have seen this guy, Beck the Bully, know that the dude is an aggressive fighter. He does really try to bully his opponents. Last year, a guy named Rosado from Philadelphia just wrecked his day, though, because he would come in real careless, throwing big power punches, dropping his guard a little bit. Dude went to sleep. When Rosado hit him last year, he put boy to sleep. I mean, he laid down and he got himself a pillow and a blanket and he went to sleep. This time around, that fighter's matured a lot, because this guy Zagar got hit with a body hook that caught him square on the liver. When I tell you this man went like this, he made that face, and then he went down. If you don't believe me, you can YouTube it. Beck the Bully versus Zagara. Look, a round in 30 seconds is all it lasted. Beck, he's got some potential, I think, in my opinion. I mean, granted, I'm not a talking head. I'm not a promoter. I'm just a guy that just enjoys the sport, and I just generally like watching two guys beat the hell out of each other for 30 minutes. Hopefully, sometimes they get knocked out, and that's cool too. But I generally like to watch the whole fight. Fight after that was Mickelson. He was supposed to fight Virgil Ortiz. I'm gonna say that Virgil Ortiz getting sick and not being able to fight was a godsend to Mickelson, because Mickelson is slow. He strikes with a lot of power, but he's a counter puncher, and he's conditioned, but not at the level that I feel where Ortiz would actually where he would give Ortiz a problem. Because Ortiz, in my opinion, has the conditioning, has the intelligence, has the power, has the footwork, has the defense to show that he can rock anybody's world in his weight class. Mickelson didn't have any of those things. He ended up fighting some guy named Alex Martin. Dude took the fight in 36 hours. So, and this fight was another one that was like, oh, wake me up when it's over. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, I'm back. That's how bad it was. They're both southpaws. They're both counter fighters. They're both very intelligent. Neither one of them really wants to take the lead. There's four similarities. So essentially, you had the same guy fighting himself, and neither one of them really did anything. I think between the two of them, they threw a total of maybe 300 punches for 10 rounds. That's like ridiculous on how low of amount of punches were thrown. I will say this: Martin was very good at keeping his range. When he did counter, his counters were clean. But the fact of the matter is, when you have 36 hours to prepare for a fight, what are you really going to do? Not much. Go in there and collect the paycheck. Try to survive for 10 rounds and not get knocked out and keep your manhood, I guess, is about all you can do at that point. The main card, the main card was something serious. I was super impressed with these two guys and their ability just to give a good, exciting fight after half the evening was just nap time. So it was Alexis Rocha versus Blair Cobbs. Now, Blair Cobbs is unorthodox, kind of throws weird punches, moves around a lot. But I'll say this, dude's conditioning is ridiculous because he was moving at the same speed the ninth round as he was in the first round. He's got an engine on him that doesn't give up. Only problem is he's not really technically sound. So because he's not real technical sound, once the fight started to drag on, Alexis Rocha really started to put that work on him. He started to throw his jab more. They went about 6 rounds where it was like, okay, it could be anybody's fight. 5th round, Cobb got his bell wrong, but he got his legs under him because, he's real wiry. He bounces around, boing, 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 like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, just all over the place. You're like, dude, stay still. But it's a great defense because it forces guys to throw punches kind of where he's going to be instead of where he's at. So he's real flashy, real flamboyant, came in with a WWE superstar. I don't even know the guy's name. I don't keep up. But he had a lot of personality in the ring, which is why people give him the time of day. Alexis Rocha just went in there with a game plan. Beat him down, and hopefully you get the win, right? And he stuck to it. But I noticed something about his coaching, his corner and his coaches. Pretty much every round, his corner was like, dude, you're losing. He wasn't losing. He was clearly winning the fight. But he didn't know that. He was just believing his corner. And they're like, you're still losing, man. You're still losing. You're losing, and you're not listening. And then yell a whole bunch of obscenities at him. And he'd listen and do what he was told. And he'd win the fight a little bit more. Then, I don't know. I guess the weird defense kicked in again around the 8th round. And Rocha caught him with the hook as he was kind of rolling, it's kind of a roll, but an unorthodox one. But he put his head where he needed to get knocked out, and he got dropped. And when I say he got dropped, I mean he got put on his back. He looked like a dead cockroach. Just, right? So, goes down, and he gets back up. He survives the round by the bell. The bell saves him, which was good for him because he was damn near done. 9th round comes in, and Rocha comes in like a shark that smells water and just started unloading. As they say, he was starting to shoe shine on him at one point. about a minute. I want to say it was a minute, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I don't remember exactly, but he started shoe shine on him, and ref called it. And I mean, I give dude credit because he went a long time and he was taking his hits and he was throwing big old monster punches. But at the end of the day, you know, a good technical fighter is gonna beat a guy that's just naturally athletic. Anybody that's played any sports knows that natural athleticism only gets you so far. You got to know what you're doing, when to do it, how to do it, when it matters. The only other funny part was when the commentators were arguing amongst each other because they were talking about McKinson and Martin being boring fighters, and then they changed themselves to strategic, tactical fighters, and essentially they were trying not to talk down on the two guys that were in the ring, probably because they'll get in trouble from the boss. So that's what happened this weekend. Next weekend we have another big fight, so you'll hear another one. Then in 2 weeks you'll get a break due to just the fact that there's no fights, unless something crazy happens that I just feel like I want to talk about. Big fights now coming up will be Triple G and Canelo. That should be happening later into April, and I believe Canelo will be fighting Cinco de Mayo. Go figure, right? So, as always, this is Carlos at Let's Talk. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button. If you like what I'm talking about, subscribe. If you don't, well, subscribe anyway and then argue with me. I'm cool with it. This is Let's Talk. Talk to me. I'll talk back.